Endorsed by major celebrities, F45 Training was presented as a great franchise opportunity. One of the fastest growing fitness franchises in the world, F45 sold thousands of franchises in over 60 countries. But today, F45 Training is plagued with drama and major lawsuits that threaten to destroy the successful brand. We're going to look at the shocking tale of F45 Training today on Franchise City. F45 started in Australia back in 2012, gaining a cult-like status from their members with their unique exercise model, which claimed to be one of the most time-efficient ways of training. Their functional HIIT, or high-intensity interval training, claimed members could burn up to 750 calories in a 45-minute session. In less than a decade, F45 sold over 2,000 franchises across 63 countries. Many of those were sold to inexperienced first-time buyers who were basically sold just on the hype alone that was surrounding the franchise. Today, many of those franchises are for sale or being abandoned, with over 10% of their entire system in their home country on the market right now for sale. Some of the franchise owners dug themselves deep into debt over the years, owing over $600,000 to creditors. Many gyms are listed at bargain basement prices like this one, asking $75,000 and offering to owner finance. Now, the startup costs in Australia were upwards of $250,000, $250,000 plus any operating losses over the years. So these buyers are definitely feeling the pain. Now, their members may have loved the F45 workout, but many franchise owners complained they weren't making any money. In fact, in their franchise disclosure document, F45 doesn't reveal any earnings data at all. And as a general rule, if a franchise has strong unit earnings, they're going to list them in their disclosure. Even Anytime Fitness, we've covered before on the channel, whose earnings aren't that impressive, they include a detailed accounting of their unit financials. Back when F45 initially listed their IPO of 20.3 million shares at $16 a share, the price went as high as $17.75 a share, giving the company a market cap of almost $2 billion. Now, all told, the company at the time raised over $325 million. Today, their stock price sits at 66 cents a share. It was as low at one point at 50 cents a share, and F45 was actually issued a notice of non-compliance from the New York Stock Exchange as their stock had sunk below the $1 threshold for over a 30-day period. Now, many of you have likely seen celebrity Mark Wahlberg, a major F45 investor and owner, and now F45 chief brand officer, regularly posting positive F45 messages to his 25 million followers on Instagram. Now, this is despite enormous issues being exposed, including massive financial losses that were underreported by F45. Now, it was also discovered that just before the company announcements were released that led to the huge plunge in stock prices, including financial anomalies and the underreporting, Wahlberg sold a ton of stock, with 28 sale transactions in 2022 alone. That was pretty good timing. And over the years, many celebrities promoted F45 Training, including Magic Johnson, David Beckham, Stephanie Rice, Mick Fanning, Morgan Mitchell, Cameron Murray, and Cindy Crawford. And today, several of these celebrities are suing F45 in U.S. court, claiming they are owed millions of dollars for their promotion of the brand. Now, celebrities, the same as franchise buyers, they're just as prone as we are to all of the hype, and they may ignore underlying business issues. The question is, why can't F45 pay these celebrities after making so much money? These celebrity lawsuits are not the only ones that are plaguing F45 right now, as multiple class action firms are looking into litigation as it's alleged the company misrepresented itself to investors. Rob Deutsch, the founder of F45, sold his stock. He left the company back in 2020 and was apparently devastated to hear what happened to his company. Deutsch was quoted as saying, "Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined this. When I exited and sold out of F45, I left a healthy, phenomenal beast of a business, all the way from the company culture to the heartbeat of the business, the workouts, F45 was special. I genuinely hope all of the 110 laid-off staff find happiness and opportunities elsewhere. But it's not just employees that get hurt in these situations. You've got stock investors that lost billions of dollars. You've got franchise owners that often lost their life savings if they had to close the doors of their gym. You have all the members of the closed gyms that lost potentially thousands if they paid their memberships in advance and could not recoup the money. Now, we've done many videos here on the channel of how hype alone being used to sell franchises can sell lots of franchises, earning these companies millions of dollars while the franchise owners take all of the risk. Now, when people see that celebrities are involved, like in this situation, they hear how fast the company is growing, all of this hype, they follow the crowd in most cases, and they often bypass good old-fashioned research. Now, they really should have called franchisecity. Firstly, celebrities aren't franchise experts, and they get paid to promote things. People need to remember that. So they should be discounted regardless of what they're saying. Industry awards that you often see, like being on the Franchise 500 list, these are also highly misleading, and we've covered that before on the channel. I'll place a link above. And explosive growth. While it makes the companies millions of dollars in franchise fees and it looks great on paper, that can often be bad for you as a franchise owner, as you're likely to have another location very near to your own business competing for clientele. Now, it also becomes difficult for franchise companies to provide support when they are growing so quickly. And just take a look at the Subway franchise we've covered on the channel many times as a prime example for huge growth that did not end well. And right in the F45 FDD, their disclosure documents, if anyone chose to look, they advise you that you do not get an exclusive territory. Also, in very small, fine print, F45 also made millions selling arguably overpriced fitness equipment to franchisees. A franchisee in the U.S. would have cost buyers between $350,000 to $565,000 and included a long list of equipment that you had to buy directly from F45. Now, the company got significant rebates for these volume purchases. Did they pass those rebates on to the franchisees? Nope, they kept it for themselves. To this day, despite all of the controversy and things going on in lawsuits, media is still promoting how great F45 is. Even their Wikipedia article has no references to any of this controversy. Wikipedia warns of this, but to date, nobody has added in any of these changes. Over the years, F45 raised hundreds of millions of dollars. They sold over 2,000 franchises. Franchise fee in the U.S. was $42,500 multiplied by over 2,000 franchises. They made millions a year selling the gym equipment at arguably inflated prices to their franchisees, but they still ended up now struggling and trying to do more capital raises. Now, what is going to happen in the future is anyone's guess. At F45, either way, they're going to need to focus less on growth and, of course, money, and more on franchisee support and infrastructure if they are going to succeed long term. Now, if you're looking for a franchise, don't get sucked into a bad decision. Always call us here, the experts at FranchiseCity. I'll place a link above. Thanks very much for watching today, and please let us know down in the comments how many plates you can bench.